actually start. I'm going to build out this flow for you guys. I noticed that none of you guys did your homework like you were supposed to do. You're actually supposed to go in and comment on this post at the end of the session, and none of you guys did that, which is what you're supposed to do. And remember, I told you guys at the very first session that if you are one of the people who always do these things, if you're one of the people that actually go in and do these things every single time, then I have something special for you at the end of the training session. So training goes all the way until the end of December, and at the end I have something really special for all you guys that actually do your homeworks like you're supposed to and do these things. So if you don't do these things, you won't get that special thing. If you do these things, you will get that special thing. So I'm just going to make this real quick for you. So I'm going to dump this, guys. I'm going to dump that in there for you so that you can just do your homework. Click on that link to make sure that I can take account that you've actually attended this session with us. We're lucky enough to have Dustin here today. He's taken his time. His time is valuable. Just like all of our time is very valuable, his time is valuable, and he's taken it to basically come in and talk to us. What's up, Hassan? He's came in to talk to us about content, and like I said before, I'm an engineer. I can teach you how to build a bot. I can teach you all the logical engines that go into actually building a bot and creating a successful bot. But I've told you several times that our bots are literally worth nothing if we don't have good content inside our bot. So if we don't have a good content inside our bot, users aren't actually going to engage. Users aren't actually going to engage with our bot at all. And if we don't have converting content, then users aren't actually going to convert. So even as an engineer, man, I have no idea how to write converting content at all, which is why I've brought in my friend here, Dustin, to talk to us about content, because this guy is the guy that knows how to write all the converting content, and he knows how to get users to actually convert on whatever the words that we put inside our bot are. So without him and help from him, or without having good content, like I said, our bot is really useless. We can give out a bunch of bullshit content to users, and we'll probably find that that's not going to be really successful for anything that we do. So that's why we brought Dustin in, to be able to come in and actually help us and teach us a little bit more about content and good content and what it's actually used for. So we've got about 3 minutes until we start. So I'm just going to put this back on here. so that you can actually see when we physically start. But Dustin, this is totally your session, man. So this is for you completely. So you can see the time clock when we technically start this session. But other than that, I'm gonna leave it up to you, man, because this is completely your session. So everybody's muted. If you guys want to actually talk to Dustin and ask Dustin a question, Dustin, you are not muted. But if you guys want to talk to Dustin and ask Dustin a question, then all you need to do is raise your hand or put something in the box, and I can unmute you guys. But like I said, Dustin, I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna turn my video off, which my video isn't even on. I'm gonna mute myself, and I'm gonna leave this completely up to you, buddy.
Cool. What's up, you guys? I'm pretty stoked to be here. We've, John reached out to me a while ago, and I've been looking forward to this. So I've got some stuff I've put together for, just kind of like some of the psychology behind, conversion and different things like that. I was actually, this was something I was going to end up selling. It was going to be, or at least it's part of something I was going to end up selling. And I have only given this to like 3 people, so you guys will be some of the first to actually see this. So I'm pretty excited for that part. If you guys have any questions, by all means, drop them in here or raise your hand or however it works. And we can just dive right into any of that stuff. Once we actually get past this next minute and a half or so here, I'll just kind of jump in. I really want to jump in straight to it, right? I want to get all this out there. So if you guys have any questions over it, then we have plenty of time to talk about that. But I want to give you stuff that you can go out and use right now, like today, so that you can make your bot copy, so that you can make just all your content in general, whether it's Facebook posts, whether it's sales pages, whether it's bots, it doesn't matter. The stuff that I want to give you today is going to be stuff that you can use for pretty much anything. So I'll make sure to just kind of dive right into that, so we have plenty of time for questions. And so on and so forth. Let's see. Yeah. What do we got here? Another minute. Give me 1 second. Just let me step out real. Oh, there we go. Okay. Sweet. Yeah, I guess if I mute myself, then I can't unmute myself. So
that's right, man. If you mute yourself, then I just have to unmute you, because what you'll find out is if not, everybody will mute themselves, and then you'll be talking to a bunch of dogs barking.
Yeah, I gotcha. Cool. So it looks like I can see everybody's names on here. Louis, Mauricio. Cool.
Do you want to share your screen? If so, I'll just stop this screen share, because we just.
I'll be honest, I don't have anything to share my screen. Like, I don't have anything to share my screen. I mean, if you guys want to like look at just kind of what I'll be reading from, that'd be cool. But honestly, if you go ahead and I'll just let you know, grab a pen and paper now, or pull up a separate screen to take notes on, and I'll try and point out the key parts there. Yeah, I didn't prepare an actual presentation. I'm more of just like a let's talk about it. So my name is Dustin Belvin. I'm by trade a copywriter. Like, that's my thing. Now, I also like to discuss like Facebook ad strategies and different things like that. But by trade, I'm a copywriter. I own Hive Mind Marketing. We mainly do stuff in like the permanent makeup, tattoo, and hair loss industry. This particular presentation is going to be over how to write content that converts, right? I mean, advertising, marketing, bots, they all have one goal, right? They all have one goal, and that goal is to get you sales. I mean, we want to brand ourselves. Yeah, that's great. We want to get our name out there. We want to get in front of more people. That's all well and good. But the ultimate goal of our content, of our copy, of our advertisements is to get us sales, to get us conversions. So that starts with a couple of very base points. So today we're going to go over 5 things that you can do right now to start helping increase your conversion rates, get more sales, get more leads, get all the fancy big words that we like to use as marketers. The very first thing that you need to do, absolutely, before you do anything else, before you write a single fucking line of copy, single bot sequence, before you do anything, you need to do your customer research. The reason that we do, and I don't just mean like going out and finding like how old they are and if they're a man or a woman or anything like that. I'm talking like in-depth customer research. Like you want to know these people. Like you want to literally be like, I feel your pain. Like I'll kind of go into like how intense I'm talking about. So I do a lot of research into the hair loss industry, particularly something called SMP. It's basically a hair tattoo, right? Now think about that real quick. Think about feeling like you need to get a hair tattoo to cover up, your baldness. There's going to be a lot of stuff there, a lot of feelings there, right? A lot of psychological triggers that when used correctly can cause someone to do a thing, right? So what I did is I went and I researched into this industry and I learned all about it, and I really got to learning how the procedure works, all this different stuff. Now there's a lot of people in this industry that do it the wrong way, right? I learned that. There's a lot of people in this industry that are just like, they're trying to do a quick cash grab because it's an expensive procedure, right? I learned about them, and then I seen somebody doing it the wrong way, and it made me cringe. Like I'm not even one of those artists, but I was like, oh my God, that's how in tune you want to be with your industry. If you really want to have successful copy, you need to be that in tune. Like you need to feel the same things that they feel when they see things that disgust them, they see things that make them happy, stuff like that. It really, really helps, okay? If you can really get into their shoes, it really, really helps. So customer research. Now, how do you do customer research? Here's one of the best ways. If you're honestly, it usually doesn't matter what niche you're in. If you can just type in niche forum into Google and just go to different forums, people are so open about the things that are going on in their lives on forums. So, a lot of people, like for example, in the hair loss industry, they have like these powders and they have stuff like that. And they talk about them on these forums because on forums, there's still anonymity, right? It's not Facebook. Most of us don't talk about our deepest, darkest feelings on Facebook posts, right? But we're okay with talking about them on forums or places like Reddit where people still don't actually know who we are yet. So they open up a lot more, right? So what you do is you go to these forums and you start looking for patterns. You start looking for specific words and phrases that people are saying about a particular product or service or whatever. For example, in my niche, the hair loss niche, those powders that they're talking about, everyone says it just looks like black powder. Looks like there's dirt on my scalp. And they say that, and it popped up over and over again in the forums. It looks like dirt. It looks like black powder. And you write those things down exactly how they say them. And then what I do is I make a list, right? I make a list of, that sounds interesting, right? And I'll type that out. And then I'll go, and if I see someone say the same thing, I'll put a tally mark beside it. And then if I see them say it again, I'll put another one. And I'll do this over hundreds and hundreds of like comments and just forum posts. And I say hundreds and hundreds. You're really scanning, looking for those particular key phrases, right? So, and I put tally marks, and I do this until I have about 15 or 20 tally marks out beside 3 different ones. And then those are the 3 that you're going to use in your content. Those are going to be the 3 big buying triggers that are going to cause people to pay attention to your stuff and read it to the end so that they can get to the call to action and actually convert. The key behind this, guys, is you're wanting to literally like reach out and grab people by their soul. And they show their souls on these forums, okay? They do. They go everything. So you reach out and you take those things and then you use those in your content because that's their biggest problems. Your job as an advertiser, as a service provider, as whatever it is, your job is to find a problem and fix it. And on forums, they are telling you exactly what their problems are. And you'll have people chiming in, like, yeah, man, I feel the exact same way. Bam, tally mark. No, I've totally been there. Bam, tally mark. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of stuff that you want to look for that particular section of customer research. So forums will just help you dominate the marketing or the market with your copy, okay, with your bots, whatever you're using it for, with your content. Go into those forums and pulling those psychological and buying triggers will help you, okay? Another really, really good place to help you with your content and your copy is fucking Amazon. Okay, Amazon.com. Again, for me, it's go in and I type in, one of the big hair loss products is called Rogaine, right? Type in Rogaine or Topic. Topic's the one that I use because a lot of people reviewed that. Go into Topic and then go to the review sections, filter it by 5 stars, and then read some and find the good stuff, but then filter it by 1 stars. The 1 stars is going to be a lot of the stuff that you use. I mean, think about it, guys. There are 2 types of people, for the most part, there are 2 types of people that are going to go and review a product. The people that are super, super happy about it on 5 stars, and the people that are super, super pissed about it. And you can filter by anger. Like, think about angry is super happy, and you can filter, and 1 is super angry, right? So you can filter by what you want. And then you do the same thing. You go and you start doing the tally mark thing. Okay, these are the things that are important to people that care about this product, whether they care about it because they hate it or love it. So Amazon.com, great place, virtually anywhere that has reviews. It works the same for service providers. I know a lot of us are service providers. Go and look up, like, honestly, Facebook ads, like the competition's Facebook ads, a lot of the time are a really good way to do that. So if you see one of these big agencies, like so I'm an advertising agency. If I see one of their agencies, I'll go read their comments and see what kind of shit people are talking about them. Use that stuff in your copy. That leads me into the second thing here. Let me check over here and make sure. Okay, I don't see any questions. If you guys have any questions, feel free to interrupt me. I don't want to just keep blowing through this stuff. So if anybody has any questions, just stop me, and we'll get those taken care of. But that leads me to my next thing, right? So you go and you find the angry people. You go and find the buying triggers, the reasons people are upset, the reasons people are happy, all these different things, right? And then during that research, you're going to find what I call the enemy. You're going to find the bad guy. And that leads into number 2, is you want to throw rocks at the enemy, right? What I mean by that is, like, for example, in my niche, in the hair loss niche, you're going to find people that, or companies or products that people hate, that they absolutely hate. And in my niche, people hate powders. They hate the wigs. They don't call them wigs. They call them hair systems. But they hate the hair systems. They hate all these different things, right? So those are the bad guys, and those are owned by big evil corporations that basically sell you something that doesn't really work so that you have to keep buying it over and over and over again. And it's not an actual permanent solution. It's just something that you can just throw on there, and you can't get in the damn freaking bed with it because it gets all over your pillow. You can't get in the pool with it because it washes out. And they're just doing it to suck money from you. That's the kind of bad guy that I'm talking about, right? Like, and I really do feel like that towards those guys. They're kind of assholes. When you start to get into a niche that you really enjoy, like, copy becomes so much easier and content becomes so much easier because you're like, I genuinely hate these people. Like, I need to help everyone here, right? So, like, it's weird. Oh, so Tony Dollars says, where do you suggest finding forums? Bro, literally, I went to Google and I typed in hair loss forum. I typed in SMP forum. Almost anything you can find a forum for. Like, prostate forum, cancer forum, like any freaking niche, I guarantee you. Because the way it works is like, so, okay, for mine, when I type in hair loss forum, there's this company called His Hair Clinic, and there's a company called Real Self, and a couple others, and they're independent websites that just so happen to also have a forum, right? So they're selling all kinds of other stuff, but they also have a forum. So literally, like, there's almost a forum for everything, because generally there's going to be a really big player in the marketplace who's going to want a forum, because what they do is they hit those forums, and then 2 or 3 doctors will get on there that are paying, and they'll take over those forums. Anybody comes to them, So yeah, just literally type in almost anything, and then forum, and it'll pop up. Here's the search result for chatbot for. Yeah, see, check that out. What pops up there? But yeah, that's what I would do. Another really good thing, honestly, like, what do we got? We're at 11 minutes. Yeah, dude, let's go into some more of that, because there's a lot of different places. Like, Facebook groups is another good one. Honestly, start with forums first. Forums are just, it's better. They're like, you don't have to read. Like, people are in forums for a specific reason, and it's anonymous, okay? People are in Facebook groups, and a lot of the times they do express, the things that they don't like and all that different stuff. But, like, unless it's like a support forum or something, you know what I mean? Like, it needs to be something where they believe that they're still able to be anonymous, and there's like, a safe space, right? Like that's kind of what you're looking for is Facebook groups. But it's a little bit harder in Facebook groups. It takes longer. So that's why I say try and stick to forums, review sections. It's just faster and easier if you stick to those. But again, you can get some here from Facebook groups. Honestly, I have a few other places I think listed down here somewhere. Forums. Oh yeah, YouTube comment sections as well. YouTube comment sections is a really good place. Honestly, depending on your audience, like your personal timeline, you can get a lot of really good information just from posting on your personal timeline. Like you can just ask specific questions. Like another thing I wanted to go into about that was like, and I think Ron Levesque is the one who says this. I heard Jeff Miller talking about it, but the main thing is there's two big questions, right? There's two big questions that you need to know, that people know. Like if you ask people what they want, right? You ask people what they want, typically they don't know. They know what they don't want, and they know what they've already tried. So honestly, like if you can find those two questions, like your content and your copy will be infinitely better because you can just address those two things. What they like, for example, what they've tried before. They've tried hair loss powders. They've tried wigs. They've tried medicines and potions and lotions and all this different stuff, right? That's what they've tried. And they don't want something that's going to look fake. They don't want something that is going to be noticeable. That's what they don't want. So now I can position your content, or you can position your content, your solution, as not these things, right? You don't even really have to talk about like the features or anything like that. It's just like, here's this other crap that's not working. Here's what you've tried before. It's not like that because we do this instead. Like if you can answer those two questions, like if you don't take anything else from this training, take what they've tried before, find that out, and take what they don't want, and then position your solution as neither of those. Like that right there will just make your stuff infinitely better. In forums and places like that, that's where you can find those things. All right. Question pattern. We'll see. Yeah, David. So that's actually something I was this close to buying Ask last night. This close to buying Ask. I'll talk about it in the chat here. I'll type the two. I highly suggest. I'm gonna get it. Honestly, like it's apparently really good. It's from Ryan Levesque. It's called the Ask Method, and that's where these two questions came from. And there's actually more in there, but those are the main two that I always like to come back to. So what have they tried? I'm going to type these in the chat for Ryan Levesque. So R-Y-A-N. I'll type that in here too. It's like Levesque, I think. What have they tried? What do they not want? And Brian Levesque. Levesque. Or something like that. Yeah, it's hard to spell. But yeah, so if you can get those two, like it'll just see, here's the thing, man. A lot of people you get sucked into like just talking about yourself. Oh, and I even did it at the beginning of this just because I didn't take the time to actually write out an intro. I was like, my name is Dustin Melvin, I'm a copywriter, I work for this, I specialize in this, and blah 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 blah. Right? Like, and then I tried to steer it back towards what's in it for you guys, right? Like what are you going to get out of this training? And that's something that a lot of people struggle with at first. You're like, man, we've got the best damn burgers in town. We've been in business since 1925, family owned and operated, 100% American grass-fed beef, and all this different stuff about you, right, and about your business, but people don't care about that, right? So write this down. People don't care about you. They care about what you can do for them. They care about the end result. They care about the benefit of what you're getting, right? No one cares that you have a wireless, phone charger, right? They like that they're not going to have to carry around a big junky cord anymore and get, make room for everything else. Like they care about the end result. It's faster, it's easier, it makes your life better in this way or that way. So like, let me see for example, the niche that I'm in, I know I keep coming back to my niche, but I'm so familiar with it, and it makes this whole thing easier. In the niche that I'm in, the hair loss niche, for example, one way that SMP, the hair tattoo, makes their life better is that, well, here's the feature of it. It gives them the look of hair on their head, right? That's what it does. But it allows them to take their hats off. They don't have to wear a hat anymore. That's the benefit. That's what they want. They want not to wear a fucking hat every single day and be scared to take it off because they don't want to get made fun of, right? They think that even though that's not going to happen for the most part, right? Their friends might be a dick. But even though it's not going to happen, it's just that insecurity. It's that feeling. And that's the problem that they want solved. Yeah, having hair is nice. I don't want to wear this fucking hat. I'm done with it, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, you find those benefits. And thanks, Sean. You can find, I think that's part of the reason why I'm so interested in this niche, right? Is because I love my hair and I don't ever want to lose it. So I'm looking at all these strategies now. But anyway, but yeah, so like, you want to find the actual benefits. Like, there's something in copywriting, and I know I keep saying copywriting. When I say copywriting, it basically means content. Anytime you're writing, it's copywriting. You should always be writing copy, and by that I mean writing persuasively, writing for conversion, right? So another way to, increase conversion is to talk about benefits instead of features. Like I said, nobody cares that it's a hair tattoo. They care that you'll be able to take your hat off. You'll be able to jump in the pool without worrying about your hair washing out. Dude, I heard one story, and here's another thing, right? Okay, so features to benefits. Nobody cares what it does. Nobody cares what it is. They care what it does for them, right? So that's the one key thing to remember before we move on to this next section. Nobody cares what it is. They care what it does for them. What's in it for me? That's what you should always be thinking in the form of a customer. What's in it for me? Why do I care about that? There's a story that goes like, this guy, this salesman walks up to, there's a little old lady walks up to a salesman. The salesman's like, oh man, it's got, 10,000 BTUs and does this much energy, and it'll save you, this amount of energy per kilowatt, and blah, 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 blah. And she's like, okay, that's great. Will it keep a little old lady warm? So that's what I'm saying. Like, nobody cares about the features and all the technical stuff. They care what those things do for them. So you say here's what it is, right? It's got 5,000 BTUs to keep you warm as a sunny day on the beach, even in the dead of winter, right? Like, feature benefit. The benefit is it keeps me warm and I don't have to worry about spending money, but that comes from because it's a 5,000 BTU. I don't know anything about BTUs. I'm making up numbers here, but you get what I'm saying, I think. Okay, so that leads me into another thing, and I'm getting off of what's in this book on what my actual thing was, but I think this is going to be better. Storytelling is another big thing, right? Being able to craft a story is the quickest way to make content that sells, okay? I've got, I haven't been emailing my list as much, but I was emailing my list at one point every single day. Just tell them a short little story about something and then selling them something at the end, right? It doesn't have to be anything major. It doesn't have to be this big, long sales letter, just an interesting little story to reel people in. Like, one example of stories to sell things is from, what is it? The Wall Street Journal, I think, did this. And this was a sales letter, like a physical sales letter that was mailed out and just freaking made millions upon millions of dollars. I still don't think anything's ever beat it as far as sales letter stuff. But, basically what it is there's two brothers, right? These two brothers grew up together, and one of them went on to be the CEO of this mega corporation that, made lots of money, did all these different things. And the other brother went on to be the janitor of that same corporation. And the difference was that the CEO brother read the Wall Street Journal. Right? So, simple little story, right? These two brothers grew up together. They did this thing. The only difference between them was that they read the Wall Street Journal, and this is the one, Yeah, this is actually really good, John. So John says, remember, people value their time. If you get them to spend their time reading your story, then your offer at the end of the story will automatically become more valuable to them since they invested their time reading your story. That's a really good point. Here's the thing, and I don't know what all different worlds that you guys are from as far as like the internet, as like, you know, there's different, like the marketing world, all these different things. But I'm sure you've heard more than once, like, give value. You gotta give value. And people think that giving value is like selling the fucking farm, like just giving away the whole farm. And like, here's every single thing I've ever known ever, right? Here's everything that I've ever known, and you can have it for free. That, I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, that's valuable. But even just giving people like a story, even giving them something that's entertaining and persuasive, that's valuable, right? You made me not hate this 60 seconds of my day that took me to read this email. That's valuable to me. Yeah, I'll check out your link. Why not? You know, it's, yeah, exactly. Good content equals value. And whenever you're able and to like, and again, this comes back like the research stuff, all the research stuff that we've already talked about, all these different things we've talked about, you can use that in your stories. That's the whole point, is to make this shit easy. Dude, you guys want to know a super hack? Okay, you want to know a super hack? Go ahead, grab your pen or your notes or whatever and write this down. Here's what I've been doing lately. And I haven't actually implemented these into my sequences yet, but I know they're going to kill it just because that's how people work. Keep it simple. Yeah, exactly. KISS principle. Keep it simple, stupid. Here's the simplest way that you can go out and get stories. Go to YouTube, type in something review, or actually something testimonial. So like niche testimonial, hair loss testimonial, S&P testimonial, marketing testimonial, you know, whatever, some sort of testimonial. And then you watch the testimonial and then you just type out what they're saying, right? Don't copy it word for word, because, you know, and you don't have to get every single word. Just get the main points, right? Type out their story, and bam, you have an email now. All you got to do is swap out the names, maybe, you know, change a little bit of stuff. I mean, I'm not saying flat out lie, right? But there can be some exaggeration and some identity protection, depending on how you want to call it, going on there. And that's what I like to do. Totally 100% ethical. You're not stealing. You're not copying word for word. You're literally just saying, hey, I was watching this video the other day, and here's this guy's story. He was doing it. And then you go into the story, right? You just tell this guy's story. It's crazy. It's so easy. It's just a way to get really good content as far as stories are concerned. And then at the end of it, you can be like, and if you don't want to end up like this guy, just craft it into your, or if you don't end up like this guy, use my solution. Here's a fucking link, right here. Book a call with me here. Blah, 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 blah. It's as simple as that. Like, hey, I was reading this crazy story the other day. Here's the story. If you don't want to deal with that, here's the solution. I'm the solution. Quick, easy, simple way. Like, I go and I pull up a Google Doc, and then I pull up YouTube on the other side, and I'll start playing videos, and I'll just start typing, and then I'll hit enter a couple times and go to the next video, and I'll start typing, and I'll just do that. And anytime I need ideas, man, I'll just come back to that file, and I'll flip through the file, and it's like a swap file. It's like building your own swap file. If you if you really don't want to do that, and you don't want to watch the videos yourself, and you don't want to do that, pay somebody on fucking $5 or $10 to watch a couple hours worth of videos for you and do it for you. It's that easy, guys. It really is. To get good quality content stories, simple as that. Okay. Okay. There's a couple more things I wanted to get in here. Let's see. Oh yeah, stop talking about your business. Hey, I kind of did this. We talked about find the enemy and throw rocks at them. That's, you know, like I said, there's always a bad guy in the industry. Like for me, I kind of feel like the bad guy in the Facebook ads as an agency industry is social media marketers or social media managers. That's what I feel like is the bane of my existence, because every single person that I talk to is always like, oh, hey, you're a social media marketer. We've tried that before, and it was like $500 or $700 a month, and it wasn't working, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's the bad guy to them, right? Because they screwed them over. They told them they could do something. They didn't do it. So anytime I talk to like my market, I'm like, yeah, if it's yeah, sorry about that, Louis. That's my bad, man. But yeah, so that's the bad guy in my industry. And like anytime I talk to him, like, yeah, we're not a social media marketing agency. Like, we're not like a social media manager. Like, we'll do that for you. But like, we're here to get you sales, bro. We're not here to manage your social media. We're here to get you some sales, right? That's what this is all about, right? Oh, I'm a social media marketer. No, I get you more customers. You like money? I do that. I get you money. You know what I mean? Benefit, right? Benefit. Social media marketing is great, but it's an ugly feature. The benefit of social media marketing is you get more customers and build your brand. Feature, benefit, right? Yeah. So it's better yet, pay Dustin to have him write it for you. Yeah, man, that'd be just fine with me. All right, so we covered those couple things. We covered the benefits. So, okay, so here's something that you should do today, right? Here's something you should do today, and it's the benefits features thing. And I recently redid this whole thing for my business, so like it's really still fresh in my mind. And here's what I did. If you're a service-based business owner, a physical-based product business owner, whatever, digital product, whatever it is, I don't care. Go pull out a Google Sheet today and write out every single feature of your service, every single feature of your product. For example, I'll pull mine up real quick. Let me switch back over. Last one, okay, I'll remember that last one pretty easily. I want to read off some of the stuff that and this is a rough draft, but still, this is kind of the vein that you want to be in here. I know I got it here somewhere. Maybe. What we've learned. Well, maybe I don't have it right here. Maybe I did it in another one. Anyway, my point is you want to take a Google Sheet and you want to write down the features of your product. For example, I do email marketing, right? So email marketing. I also do email campaign optimization, right? Write that down. What does that stuff mean? You know, email campaign optimization. Yeah, I mean, if you are a marketer, but to a business owner, they're like, what the fuck does that mean, right? You know, we do competitor research. Okay, I found it here. Competitor research, customer psychology research, ad copy, image creation, video editing, ad optimization, lead generation, marketing database, blah, 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 blah. Bunch of boring ass features, right? And nobody cares about all that stuff. But here's the benefits of those. Competitor research. We uncover what is working in the industry so we can use your ad dollars more efficiently and outpace your competitors in the marketplace, right? Bam, bad guy. Competitors, outpace them. Yeah, I want to outpace those bastards. Screw those guys, right? And use your ad dollars more efficiently. Yes, I want my ads going to exactly where they should be going, right? Ad copy, boring. Ads have one main goal, to get you sales. So you want copy that converts prospects into customers. Using the research from the first section, customer competitor research, we craft a message your customers will be begging to buy from. Our writers will ensure your brand's voice is amplified while getting you sales at the same time. I put in that brand's voice is amplified thing because, like, for some reason in my niche, like the permanent makeup world, like they want their brands to be out there. They talk about branding a lot. Anyway, so yeah. So just stuff like that, right? Like write out all the boring shit about your business, email campaign optimization, customer reignition program, audience segmentation, location targeting, all that boring stuff. And then write out why that even matters. Why does it matter to them? Why do they want that thing? What's it going to do for them? What's in it for me? Get that tattooed across your forehead, right? What's in it for me? That's what your customers are always thinking. Oh, you do email campaign optimization? Okay, what's in it for me? Well, that ensures that your emails are getting read, right? So that more people will see your message so that we can increase conversions. The more people that read it, the more people will see it, the more people that want to get more of that thing, right? So yeah, that's why that thing matters. So yeah, we also do custom audience creation. Okay, cool. What's in it for me? And this is actually something that I learned from, here's somebody you should look into, David Garfinkel. Okay, he does the Copywriters Podcast. I think it's copywriterspodcast.com. David Garfinkel, and I got this, you know, a lot of copywriting teachers will tell you this, but I got it specifically from him, so I wanted to give credit where credit is due. So we do custom audience creation. Okay, what's in it for me? Well, we group potential prospects into specific audiences so we can show highly relevant ads to them in the future, allowing you to spend less on ads while also increasing your ROI. Bam. Boring, boring, boring. Oh, here's why it matters. I'll spend less and make more, right? So that's kind of what I'm getting at here is list out as many as you can, man. Even the goofy shit that doesn't seem like you should list it. For example, campaign budget optimization, right? That's something that I do as an agency, right? But it's not something I would think to tell somebody because, like, yeah, of course I'm going to make sure I spend you less money. It's the fact that you're telling them. Like, yeah, it's assumed on your part, but they want to hear it. They want to hear it from you. Oh, you're gonna optimize my campaign budget? Oh my God, that sounds so cool. And it's because I'm gonna spend less on ads and get a higher ROI because you just told me that, because that's the benefit. All right. So that's kind of what I wanted to get at there. I really want to nail home that benefits thing, man, because if you can do that plus the other two things, like the two questions, like what have they tried and what do they not want? Just combine all that together and it'll just make your stuff infinitely better. I'm also going to give you some book suggestions at the end of this as well. So it seems like there's something we could call a content creation function. No, exactly. Well, okay, yeah. Well, so no. Let's talk about, I mean, if you guys are learning bots, like tell me, is this like, are you guys like going to be like making bots for yourself or making bots to sell to customers or both? Because we could actually give you guys some stuff right now. Both? Okay. Cool. So let's talk about that, right? So what do? You provide audience segmentation, right? I see, because with ManyChat, you can do different tags. So you provide audience segmentation, right? Why does that matter? Well, audience segmentation matters because the people who buy from you have different buying tendencies. Your customers will be segmented into different groups so you can show them the exact offer they need to see at the exact time they need to see it. You know where they're at in the buying process so that your ads are always highly relevant to them, which leads to lower cost in ads and increased ROI, right? That's what they care about. It always comes back to ROI and lower cost, right? That's what they care about. Even when they're spending more money with you, it always comes back to that, right? Because the lower cost for the ads themselves, but to add in these services, it costs more money. So it's, anyway. So yeah, audience segmentation, that's something that you guys do. Feature messenger marketing. Messenger marketing is, okay, hang on, let me go back up here. Here we go. Let me look at something else real quick. Honestly, guys. Oh yeah, let's get into questions, because now that this stuff is starting to come in, I think this would be a really good place to start. But the last thing is, in your content, in your copy, in all this different stuff, be yourself, okay? Don't try and copy, like all this stuff I'm about to give you, don't copy it word for word, okay? Because it's going to make you sound dumb. Because I would talk like that to my customers over the phone. Like, I would use the big fancy word to make them go, duh, and then, you know what I mean? Like, just don't copy it word for word. It makes it look cheesy, right? But you can definitely use these ideas and just switch up some stuff, absolutely. So just be yourself, man. People like that. It's attractive. People are attracted to people who be themselves. Like, that's why I get on here and I yell and I talk fast and I just don't shut up, because that's just who I am. That's what I like to do, Okay, so real quick, first question says, have you ever used ManyChat Facebook Messenger as a sales funnel? I experimented with it a little bit, but no, because I was doing more client work at the time and it just wasn't something I needed. I definitely think these guys right here would be like, I'm sure I seen John or somebody was building out a bot. They would be more about that stuff. I can tell you what to write in the bot, but as far as actually like doing it myself, I haven't done one for me. Build for others. Yeah. So like, okay. So content creation, right? So what's the benefit of content creation? The benefit of content creation is that, getting your stuff out there, right? Getting your stuff out there and getting people to read it establishes you as an authority. They're like, oh man, this guy's putting out stuff all the time. Like, he must know what the hell he's talking about. I should listen to him, right? The more content you're putting out. Well, okay, let me take that back. Not the more content you're putting out. The higher quality content that you're putting out. And now if you can produce more high quality content, obviously that's the best thing. But like, for example, I was writing emails every single day and I felt like they were pretty high quality, but then I started doing some other things in my life and in my business, and I felt like the quality of those emails were going to suffer. So now I'm doing them less often, but trying to do higher quality ones, if that makes sense. Audience research. Yeah, man, that's a good one too, John, because that's one of my favorites. Again, I call it customer psychology research. We find out exactly what your customers want to buy. And here's a hint. It's not your product. And create processes so you can sell it to them. This building block ensures the quickest, easiest, and most efficient use of your ad dollars, right? So here's the thing, guys. When it comes to that one that John says here, that customer research, you're doing research so you can figure out what your customers want to buy. They don't want to buy your product, right? They want to buy Go back to the hair loss thing. Remember, they want to buy not wearing a hat. They want to buy being able to jump in a pool whenever they want to. They want to buy not fucking having their hair powder come off on their pillow and their wife bitching at them because they're getting her pillow stained every single day. Actual story that I read from a video, or that I wrote down from a video that I'm going to be using in my ad copy. See, I practice what I preach, you guys. Okay. So, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, he's actually got this whole notes there. Feature, messenger marketing. Says about to launch a private membership group, mobile website, and private Facebook group, and want to offer to our Facebook following first, and then through Facebook ads to a larger global audience. Want to do it through ManyChat versus our email system. We're in a totally different niche. Gotcha. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I think you should definitely run it through your ManyChat, and I also think you should be collecting emails. Now, that's my personal opinion on it, just because I think you should always have emails. Yeah, and then SS Swed, I don't know what I think it's Swed. It says feature messenger marketing. Messenger marketing, like, honestly, I would probably use this in a story. If you say, like, oh, well, I do messenger marketing, they're like, what's that? It's like, okay, imagine if you could put an ad in someone's inbox, right? In someone's inbox that they check more than their actual email. Imagine, I don't know. You'll have to give me a minute on that one, because like messenger marketing is super duper broad. So it's, yeah, I'll have to take a second on that one. I'm also trying to read at the same time. They want to buy a benefit. Yes, exactly. They're buying the happiness. Exactly. Another good one here, Dale. You said they are buying the happiness. People also and more often buy to avoid pain. Notice how I was really hitting on finding those 3 pains earlier? That's why. If I remember correctly, people will more likely buy to avoid pain than to pursue pleasure. Write that down, but as a note to research. Because I'm like 99% sure that that's the way it goes, but I don't want to I don't want you to use that and be like, Dustin, this shit didn't work, man. What's going on? I'm 99% sure people will buy more often to avoid pain than to pursue pleasure. And you can check that. Yeah, the benefit of messenger marketing. I mean, I say like, okay, so here let's brainstorm, because this just came back. The benefit of messenger marketing, right? Benefit of messenger marketing would be to reach your customers literally whenever you wanted to, right? With your sales pitch or whatever it might be. Being able to, okay, so in the way, a businessy way to say it would be, this allows us to send out your updates and promotions to your customers at any time you want to, so that you no longer have to spend additional ad dollars reaching those same people, right? That would be super important to them, because like now, like an email list, right? And ManyChat is similar to that, except the fucking open rates and all the conversion and all that shit are way higher, right? So like the benefit of that is now we have an audience that we can put a message of, and make sure that 95%, 80%, whatever your open rates are, we can make sure that at least, and start low, 65 minimum % of people are going to see your message, and we don't have to pay Facebook any more money to do that. That's a great benefit in my mind, right? Because I don't have to spend any more money to reach the same people. Now I fucking got them. Sorry, I know I keep using, like, I really hope that they didn't tell me not to curse, so. Okay, is anyone aware of killing it using Facebook Messenger to tap the membership sites? I'd love to see a sales funnel live in action using many sets. I don't know any off the top of my head. Honestly, it might have already been answered, and I'm just like, yeah, so. I don't know for membership side. I know plenty of people that are killing it for clients with their ManyChat bots, but as far as for membership sites, I don't know. Maybe ClickFunnels, but it doesn't really count as far as I'm concerned. But I get your message in front of everyone now. Well, yeah, you get your message in front of everyone now and for cheaper, David. Always tie this shit back into it not costing them as much money, right? That's what you always want to do. They can move fast through your communications. They can move fast through your communications, but why is that important? Same thing here. Okay, Cherie, this is what I want you to do. Those things that you have written right here, 98 to 100% open rate, minimal cost. I want you to write those things down, and then I want you to say what's in it for me. Okay, why does it matter that I can move fast through your communications? Why does it matter I'm getting a 98% to 100% open rate? Why does it matter? Well, minimal cost is obvious, but yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you need to write these things down and go, is that really what they're buying? Am I buying a 98 to 100% open rate? Is that what I'm buying from you? Because I don't know what the hell that means, right? But I could be buying a 98 to 100% open rate, which means that every single person on my list is almost guaranteed to see your sales message, which is going to increase conversions and ultimately make you more money. That's what I'm saying, feature to benefit. Feature to benefit. We think that 98 to 100% open rates is a benefit because that's what we want, right? We want that. But to them, they don't care. They need to know why that matters. Okay, I've harped on that enough. They can also easily understand your brand and who you are since they're already in Facebook. Yeah, easily understand your brand allows you to get in front of more people. A lot of these businesses, they have this phrase. It's like, I want to get in front of more people. I want to get in front of more people. That's really, so like, obviously do your research on your niche, but in mine, they really like, I want to get in front of more people. Okay, do you also want more sales? Because that's kind of what I'm trying to do here. Exactly. Also, really, I know I'm way behind on these messages, guys. Oh yeah, well, see, and that's another thing, John. If you guys are like an agency, right? If you guys are an agency and you're doing messenger bots, you can also retarget everybody who interacts in like everyone who messaged your page. You can retarget them with ads. So those people are a warm ass audience. Those people are people who have interacted with your bot and with your content and with your business page at some point, which means they are a prime audience for testing new offers in front of. Here's a group of people who've expressed direct interest in interacting with our brand via Facebook Messenger, right? And if you're sending them messages and stuff all the time, you could be retargeting them with regular ads if you wanted to. And then now I've seen the new messenger ads. The new messenger ads are freaking sweet, man. Have you seen that? They look awesome. Like, let me see if I got one in my inbox. Yeah, so check this out. I don't know if you can see this. It's probably pretty hard, but like, you see, like in my messenger inbox, bam, there's just a messenger ad right there. You know, it looks legit. So if you're already messaging them, right, and then you're putting ads in their messenger inbox, they're going to be used to it. Oh, so many ways you can test new offers. Yeah. You listen to read long sales pages, not me. You better watch it, Cherie, however you say your name. I love long sales pages. That's just me. I like copying. Oh man, for some reason, let me put my name. Oh, are you Joe? I'm just calling him Cherie. Oh, that's funny. Yes, more sales. Exactly, John. It always comes back to more sales, less cost. More sales, less cost, higher ROI. That's what we want. Membership. Yeah, there you go. Stu McLaren. Sure thing. Cool. Thank you. That's funny. I've been calling you Cherie. Yeah, they are. Great point. Cool. Change your name before you click on. Oh, okay. Raise your hand. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are raising hands. I don't know how to tell. From your bot. You mean pixel from your bot? Well, it's not. Okay, so it's not from your bot. It's not just from your bot. It's from anybody who messages your page. And you can do that. That's a custom audience that you can set up with Facebook. It's anybody who's messaged your page. Honestly, like, can I share my screen? Does that work? Unless this has already been like answered and somebody said it, like I can actually show you guys, but crap, where did Zoom go? Oh, it's probably just showing my screen now, huh? Okay.
Yeah, we can see your screen just fine, Dustin.
Yeah, okay. So let me just show you this real quick. What time is it? Yeah, we still got a few more minutes here. We're cutting this at 12, right? Or in 15 minutes, just about. Yeah,
right at 12.
Okay, cool. I want to get this in here real quick, and then I'll get back and try to answer those. But yeah, so it's called a custom audience, right? That's what you can do there. How do I don't know. I don't think it's gonna let me see them while I'm sharing my screen. So let's hurry up and do that. It's not gonna take its sweet time. Yeah, you just gotta see I used Google Docs a lot. Google Docs is the bee's knees. Yeah, here we go. So I would go into my business manager here, and then I would go up to this menu button, and I would hit audiences. Audiences. And then, God, I'm sorry, my internet's just garbage, you guys. Like, I live in a little tiny town, and we don't have the best interwebs here, so you'll have to bear with me. But so yeah, this button right here is gonna pop up, and it will say create audience, and then we will go to custom audience. Good God, this is taking forever. I'm sorry. Usually it's not so bad. Here we go. So create a custom audience, and I believe it's engagement, and then Facebook page. Okay, so if I wanted to create a list of anybody that's messaged my HiveMind marketing page, I could put right here, bam, people who have sent a message to your page in the past 30 days, 365 days, whatever, right? And because you guys are getting people, like, that is your goal, is to get people to message your page, bam, now you have an entire audience specifically of people who have done that, you know? So that's something really, really powerful that you could use to have those retargeting audiences and all that stuff. Simple as that. You literally go in there, create custom audience, engagement, Facebook page, anybody who's messaged my page. Now, remember, it's going to be anybody, right? But it'll still be people who have interacted. I get how I would say it to clients. We're going to create this custom audience of everybody who's shown direct interest in interacting with your brand through Facebook Messenger, so that we can get to them anytime we want to, right? It's a warm audience. Okay. So Zoom, Pixel, no, it's okay. You don't have to add some of us. No, these are ours. Heck yeah. Same things. Yeah, with the other 80% of our, I think that was here we go. We got some weirdos messaging us. We would definitely not want to build a custom audience of people like them. That's true. True. But yeah, so I mean that would happen. I mean, you're going to get spammed, right? I mean, it's the freaking internet, and that's one thing I try to get across with my clients. It's like, yeah, we're going to send you guys leads, right? We're going to send you a lot of leads, but don't expect every single lead that we send through to be golden. You know, it's just not. It's not going to happen. You know. But yeah, so that's something else that you can do. Honestly, there's got to be a point. They have to bring in. I don't know. I feel like if they did bring in Messenger, like, pixels into messenger bots, oh my God, dude, that would be a game changer. Like, that would throw the industry on its head, in my opinion. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I'm just a dreamer. Absolutely, guys. If you guys want to reach out to me at any time, if you want to pay me money to hire me for something, or if you have a question, you can reach me at Dustin@HiveMind and I'll drop that here. I have a Facebook group called Jumpstart Marketing. When you join that Facebook group, you will be asked if you want to be on my email list. If you would like to do that, feel free to go join it. It's called Jumpstart Marketing. There's my email there. And yeah, I mean, I can help you guys out with some stuff. I do consulting and things like that. If you have a simple question, I'll usually answer it, as long as it's something I can answer in like 1 or 2 sentences. But yeah, that's, if you want to be like, my website right now is under construction, so I would send you there so that I could get your email that way. But my email list is pretty interesting. I send some, if you want to see examples of stories, right? If you want to see examples of stories, then my email list is a good place to be. So yeah, that group right there, that one at the top, if you want to join that, if you join that group. What was that other group? That other group looks sketchy. I don't know about them, but yeah, if you want to join, that's what, facebook.com/group/jumpstartmarketing. You can join there. It's a lot of fun whenever we're active. Right now I'm in like a get clients kind of thing, but just go join, put in your request. We'll get you guys in there, and it's a lot of fun. 5 books on copy. Okay, I got you, bro. Yeah, that's a perfect timing too. We got 10 minutes left. I'm pulling up the ones that I really, really like. The very first book that I would go out and get right now that will just make your stuff infinitely better is a book called Cashvertising. Cashvertising, How to Use More Than 100 Secrets of Agency Psychology to Something and Sell Anything to Everyone.
Don't buy my products.
100 Secrets of Ad Agency Psychology to Make Big Money Selling Anything to Everyone. It's called Cashvertising. That's the first one I would get. If you don't get any of the other ones, that's the first one I would get. Cashvertising. Boop, that's the first one. Let's see. The next one that I would get is, what is this one called? Hang on. Breakthrough Copywriting. Not Breakthrough Advertising. Okay, Breakthrough Advertising is a good one too. Apparently I haven't read it, right? The Ultimate Sales Letter is really good. Sorry, I'm trying to type fast and capture book names. Yeah, you're good. The Ultimate Sales Letter is really good. This other one was really good too. It's a little interesting. Yeah, make sure to click on this link, you guys. Make sure to click on the link for this bot because apparently you get some really cool stuff. I want some of that cool stuff, but I'd have to go way back. Okay, Breakthrough Copywriting, Influence. 47. I'm just going to type in the short one, 47 Forbidden, and that's all I'm going to type because it's super long. It's got a picture of a brain with like stuff coming out of it. That one was pretty good. And it's a quick read too. It's a quick read. And honestly, that's the main ones I would suggest. I don't even have, oh yeah, the Copywriters Podcast, right? Start from episode 1. They're 30-minute podcasts. Start from episode 1 and leave and just go from there. It's what got me started copywriting. It's from two of my favorite copywriters, David Garfinkel and Nathan Frazier. Those guys are amazing. So yeah, Copywriters Podcast, those, and that's all I've got for you right now. That's the main one. Like that's where I would start, right? And I would start with them in that order. Like Cashvertising first. And this is the only reason I'm saying this is because this is the order that I read them in. So I know that if you read them, oh look, a new lead from our campaign. Cashvertising, yes, exactly, yeah. Cashvertising, Breakthrough Copywriting, and then those next two there. Also, anything from Ben Settle. Anything from Ben Settle, you guys. This guy, he is good. He's great at email marketing. That's where I'm learning my email marketing from. Anything from Ben Settle. All of his books are good. He has several, like one of them is like Persuasion Secrets of the World's Most Influential Villains. I'm about to get it. It's like $2. It's like a Kindle book, $2. Any of his books, man, look up Ben Settle. He's good stuff. Other than that will just have people begging to buy from you because if you do it correctly, start with that customer research, start with all the different things we talked about. Those things will make you and your clients money, okay? Benefit, make more money, feature, write good copy, write more copy, right? Yeah, make more money. You get it. Anyway, this was a lot of fun. I had a great time. I hope we get to do something like this again sometime. This is a blast.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on, John.
It was great, man. I learned a lot. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I've been struggling myself with really good copy for a lot of my products. And I think that basically, like if you look at one of my products, this is one of the products that were listed, that were built by my company. And I can see that, I don't have a really good conversion rate on this actual software, and you guys probably don't know what I'm talking about because you can't see it. But if you look at this software, I've done exactly what you said not to do. So literally, I've just went in and I've listed all the features here. So that's all I've done is just done nothing but listed a whole shit ton of features. And as you've clearly explained, that nobody cares about this shit. I mean, nobody cares about these features. So probably what I need to do is just give you some money and have you go in and actually do this translation of translating these features into the actual benefits that give value. So according to you, features don't really give value, right? And everybody wants value. Features don't give value. What gives value are the actual benefits. And I don't have anything here whatsoever about any benefits. So everything that's here is just literally nothing but features. So that's probably why I'm having a hard time going in and actually getting these people to convert on stuff, is because they don't see any benefits of this software. They can only clearly see features. So I'll be talking to you later about getting you to go in and actually transcribing these features into benefits, because I spent like $300,000 building this software and no one's buying it, probably because my sucks really bad. So that's why I wanted to have you here, Dustin, is because, anything that we do, if I spend $300,000 building a software that no one buys. Why? Because my copy sucks really bad.
Well, here's the thing. Here's a pro tip, you guys. You see how he has CRM features listed there? Keep that, right? You call it a feature, but when you list it, you're listing the benefit. It's just a cycle, because people are expecting to read features, right? But your feature is a benefit. So yeah, exactly. And like you said, man, we can look over that if we need to. And yeah, this is a great example. This is exactly right.
So go in here. What I would do is I could call these things features, but just go in and transcribe the actual features.
So it says create lists to segment leads and contacts. Honestly, I would just leave off the upload your own. So segment leads and contacts so that you can show relevant messages to the right customers or something like that, right? Always tie it into you can segment because it does this for you, because you can make more money, because now you know what people want because they've told you and you've segmented them into an audience. So yeah, exactly. Always tie those things back in.
So you see a lot. You see a lot, even if you go to ClickFunnels and you were to actually create let's say a new page in ClickFunnels, and you create any new page. They do that all the time. If you go in and actually create some sales page, they will give you this copy automatically, where if I say I want to have some sales page, they go in and most of the time they give me in this sales page, they actually give me I think it's in this order form where they do it. They go in and actually list out and they show feature, and then right underneath that they put benefit. So do you think that's a good approach, where I just go in and I list out, hey, here is the feature, but then in bold underneath that, the real visual cue is going to be driving you to the benefit of that actual feature?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Because here's the very first thing that's happening. As soon as you tell me that I can segment my leads and contacts and upload my own list from a CSV file, I go, okay, cool. Why does that matter? What's in it for me, right? The answer to that question is the benefit. What's in it for me? The answer to that question is the benefit that you want to talk about. That's why people are buying.
So we'll have an offline chat about that, because I could really use some help with this. If you guys have any more questions for Dustin, because this session's over and I like to keep everything real prompt. If you guys have any questions for Dustin, his email address he's given, and then he's also given us this group right here. So that would probably be, you can see that I'm joined in this group. So if you have any questions, just definitely join this group and then go in. And Dustin's here, and he's also put in a bunch of other guys that are really great at content. So if he's not available, his whole team's in this group, so they can help you out as well. And then, like I said, just make sure, if you guys haven't done it already, make sure you just go in and you click this link right here and you comment on that post that somebody just went and commented on. So if you could do that, this is session 1 post. There's also a session 2 post. So if you join session 1, comment on the session 1 post. If you join session 2, which is this session, then comment on that post. And then thank you so much, Dustin. It's been great. I've learned a lot myself from this session. So if I've learned, I know everybody else must have learned. I will see the rest of you guys again at 2 p.m. So we'll have a little break, and then we will come back for our next session at 2 p.m.
Nice.
See you guys.
Later, guys.